let's fix some more colonies. My last video I did Europa and Callisto up there. In this one I'm gonna try to do the other two that I think need a little fixing, and one that I think needs nerfing, which you probably guess which one it is. But let's start with Io. And for Io, I didn't change a lot of the mechanics. Like it's a hit colony, so like there's not that much wiggle room. I've always said that I wanted a little more weirdness, but if you're gonna have like 10 colonies each for one resource, then like I'm gonna try to like stick to that pattern a little when I fix them. Of course, I did Europa, which is like the one that it's not a resource, and Callisto. A little different because I don't think energy is the real resource. I think energy production is the real resource. But here we go. So I left all 7 steps the same. What I see with Io though is that those last 3 steps are decent. They're pretty strong. It's just the colony is very slow because no one ever replaces on it. And so basically it gets to 8, and then someone takes it, sometimes even 10, and even more rarely 13, but usually at 8 and 10 you see people take it unless the other colonies are very good. But then like it drops down to 2, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the game. You get people just travel to it twice, maybe 3 times in the whole game. And so I think the way to fix it is to make both the colony bonus and the colony placement bonus better. So I'm just doing 2 hit production. I think 2 hit production is fair. It makes it one of the stronger colony bonus, but it also makes it one of the ones that are more time sensitive to do early. And then just a slightly better, I went with 3 hit on the colony bonus, because and I think this way is fine. Like if you get 1 colony on it, now you are getting 7 hit back every turn, which is just shy of a hit step. Plus your true production is 9, which is just above a hit step, right? So like getting basically 8 production every turn is really good. Of course you're spending 3 energy, right? But 1 hit step every turn, I think it's pretty good. And after that it goes in 2s, right? So like you just get 2 more heat, but it's basically, I think with 1 colony it becomes a workable thing where like if one player has plans and wants to rush, they can go 1 colony here and they got a viable heat strategy. So that's Io. My next fix is gonna be Triton. It's also pretty simple. So in Triton, I didn't change the placement bonus. I didn't change the colony bonus. I don't think it was. I don't think. I think the 3 back is fine. And yeah, I don't really have a lot to change there. My main problem with Triton is, okay, it's very weak if people ignore it. But here's the thing though. I have found playing lately that people like Triton. And when you get 3 colonies on it, or 2 even, when you get 2, you're getting 3 titanium for 3 energy a turn, which is not like its value, but it's not the highest value. You're probably gonna have a better trading colony like Ceres or Luna. If you get 3 colonies and you're getting 4 titanium a turn, which I think it's fine. And so what you see with Triton, sorry, it's you usually see trades like every other turn, but when you play with people like me who avoid placing colonies on it, and the other player does too, then this becomes an insanely slow colony because you don't want to trade for less than 3 really. So you need the 5th step. So it's that becomes every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns. 4 turns for 3, 5 turns for 4. So yeah, which is like it's often the case early in the game, I find. Like I never recommend placing colonies in here early unless it's the only economic option and the other colonies aren't even that good, then maybe. But yeah. So what change did I do? Here it is. I just made that third step a little juicier. because the double one is really a killer. When you're trading, even if you have only one colony there, like, I just want to make it viable for a player for themselves. So if you are the only one on Triton and you place your colony there, you can do 3 energy for 3 titanium every turn, which is not broken by any means, but it makes it worth it. I did leave the rest the way it was. So the thing about Titanium that you have to be careful is it does have like a lot of ways to upgrade it, and it is very useful near the end of the game. Because you have Phobolog, you have Advanced Alloys, you have that other card in the bonus deck, and then you have Unity Party, right? So you can, like, there are 4 ways to add 1 value to Titanium. And just by putting it at 4, like, it becomes a lot better. So I don't, like, I understand why you do it like that. I could go to 6 and just go like 0 to 6. I could see an argument for that, but I just make that third step a little bit better, because if you play with Triton, you'll see it's a bit of a killer to get that step. And honestly, so here's, I don't think it's better than I thought when I did the colony rankings, but I do think that in a weird way, colony perception affects colony quality, because when you place colonies on a colony, that colony becomes better, right? Because you're trading for higher steps. So imagine you're in a 3-player game and you're the only one who thinks Triton sucks, but then the other 2 like it and they place 2 colonies. And so Triton, instead of like dropping down to 0 every turn, it drops down to the 3rd spot, and now everyone gets 3 titanium every turn if they want it, right? And if you're in a 4-player game and the other 3 players place colonies on Triton, now you're missing out, because everyone's getting 4 titanium a turn if they want it, right? So colony, the perception of how good things are sort of like affects how good they actually are with colonies, which is a fun dynamic, honestly. And because I think people in general like Triton, it might be a better option. But I would, like, my recommendation would still be, like, if you're in a 2-player game, ignore. Let the other player place their colony, and all they get every turn is like one titanium plus the bonus 2 titanium, right? They don't even get production, they only get 3 titanium back. So it becomes very weak. And yeah, so if they can double up on colonies and stuff, then it becomes better for them. But all colonies become better then. Finally, Pluto. So Pluto's broken, guys. I forgot how insane games with Pluto became, and they are truly insane. The ones I've played with, like, players who like both the, like, big engine plays, it's just basically like you might as well just each draw half a deck and just slowly play all your cards, because that's all we're doing. You know, we both place 1 colony there that gives us 2 cards each, and then we're all trading at 2 plus 1, because that colony bonus really becomes just 1 more card when you're drawing that much. So you draw 3 cards on your turn, 1 card on their turn, which is like everyone has an AI Central, basically, because it's 4 cards every 2 turns, right? So everyone just gets an AI Central for a slightly cheaper price, because you get it for the price of Giant Space Mirror, instead of the price of AI Central, which is, you know, it's 21 plus 1 energy production. It's 28, 31. So in the worst case scenario, like, trading is 33. Plus the colony, but the colony has 2 more cards. So yeah, and then as soon as someone gets a double colony or a +1, then that player will be drawing, like, with a double colony, you get to the 3 step, and you get to draw these cards, which you might as well count them as 2 more draws. So it's 5 cards every turn and 2 cards on your opponent's turn. So you're drawing 7 cards every 2 turns, 3.5 cards a turn. It's insane. The other player is getting a little less. They're getting 4 and 1 instead of 5 and 2, but that's still 2.5 cards, right? And that's just with a second colony. A +1 is a little less just because you don't have that second colony and the second colony bonus, but it just becomes insane. And honestly, like everyone playing all the cards and just see who got the better ones is no fun. So games with Pluto, I have really not enjoyed my last few. It's just engine insanity. So here is the nerfing. It's pretty radical. So 4 zeros to begin with, and the point of this is that fourth step is always key because that's what you get in a two-player. When both players get place colonies, you get that fourth step every time. And so all you're getting is a Mars University activation, basically. Just draw this card, and because you're not drawing like a crazy person, this actually feels like you have to make a choice on whether you discard and then draw. Which I would also probably it would be interesting to reverse that because with Pluto you draw first and then you discard. It's more interesting with like the way Mars University does it, but you decide if you want to discard first, and then if you do, you draw. But that's a bit minor. But I do think the ability, like, there's a bigger decision there. And then I only gave the seventh step 2, which is like 2 is broken, and that's what I was trying to show when everything I spoke. When you get to that 2 level, that's already AI central, because you're getting 3 on your turn, 1 on your opponent's turn, right? So that's AI central. 2 is broken. I think 1 is manageable. So if you get +1s, you're only still getting 1 card +1 draw this card, which is not gonna break the game. It's still a really good colony. Even that, like I have nerfed this. Basically, I subtracted 2 from the last 5 spots and 1 for the second one, which won't be used because there's always colonies there. And this would still be good. Like it might still be my go-to, but it just won't generate such an insane game, in my opinion. Like 3 energy for 2 cards is worth it, right? 3 energies for 1 card, a little less. So you'd have to think about it, and it creates another fun dynamic in that if you don't do it on your turn, then the other player does get the 5th step, which is 1, which then I guess really good because you're drawing and then drawing. You're basically drawing 2, right? So you're forced to either do it in your turn so that it flips, so then that forces him to do it in his turn, or just let him have the 1 draw. I like that dynamic with this 4th and 5th step. And you know what? If you get all the +1s and the 3 colonies there, you get the 2 cards. I'm fine with that. So yeah, that's why I left the last step as I do. But I do think this nerfing is necessary for Pluto. It's not only that it's too, like every game I play where my opponent ignores Pluto for 2 or 3 more generations than I do, because Pluto I trade with 9 cash. I like first turn colony on Pluto and then 9 cash until I get the energy, whatever, and you'll get the energy cards really quickly because you're drawing. And when I see my opponent ignore them, I just have like much better games and I win them. So it becomes a thing where like all everyone has to do is Pluto unless you get this insane rush hand. And yeah, it makes the game absurd because you end up drawing like 80-90% of the deck, and just whoever drew the better ones wins. Which is not, I mean, I know that could describe Mars in many ways, but it really doesn't. Like it's a back and forth thing. There's a lot of adaptability when you have a bit of a limit on the cards. But anyway, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think, and see you next time.